This was locker room talk.
Hey, that's that locker room talk right there.
This was locker room talk.
Yeah, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live edition of Don't Call It Locker Room Talk with your boy Walls P and my co-host June. What's going on, June? How you?
Hey, I'm chilling. How you doing?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. Look, man, we got the holidays coming up, short work week, so you already know what it is. I'm loving it this week already, brother.
Yes, sir.
Already. So, I don't want to hold everybody up, so let's get into this because we had some crazy things that are going on in sports, ladies and gentlemen. So you're going to hear my talk, you're going to hear June talk, but at the end of the day, don't call it locker room talk.
Hey, that's that locker room talk.
So with that being said, June, start it up, brother. Start the cipher for us.
The Michigan Wolverines.
Yes.
They just beat Maryland. And the thing is, a lot of people's having issues with them because they feel like they cheated a little too much. And some of y'all was commenting that how y'all felt, like y'all was saying it with y'all chest. You know, there was one person who said they feel like, everybody's cheating. So they were bigging it up. But there was one commenter that really stood out to me. And I want to read it and I want to get your opinion. Harbaugh is a liar, plain and simple. These are not allegations. There is a paper trail. There is video feed. Feel bad for the kids, but they were playing on a heavily titled field. The last 3 years should be vacated, and there should be massive scholarship reductions and at least a 5-year postseason ban. They made the Patriots and Astros cheat and look like amateur hour. How do you feel about that?
Look, man, with those comments, the allegations, the video evidence, and everything like that, I know I don't want the players to suffer because at the end of the day, they're college kids. But you benefited. And we seen things that happen in college where colleges had to suffer, like Penn State. That was something that went on and the college suffered. So any student that went there, they had to pay the consequences. So this is literally a significant unfair advantage. Now, granted, they've been winning without the coach, but if you've been studying, for the whole year for the teams that you got coming up and everything like that,
Good point.
It does play a significant role. Now, are you going to remember it leading up to the week of that now that Harbaugh's not there? And who knows what they're still doing now? Just because Harbaugh's not there doesn't mean that they still don't have the game plans laid out for them by the other coaches. We don't know that.
Fair point.
So who knows? They still could be reaping the benefits for all we know. So as much as it pains me to say take it out, not take it out on the kids, but man, like you reap the benefits involuntary. Like you literally reap the benefits of it. It's like, I know the last time we covered it, we was like, if my boss is doing something, but if I'm on a not basketball team, if I'm on a weightlifting team and 2 of the members was juicing, and the team will get disqualified, even though I didn't juice. Just the fact that my teammates were juicing,
yes,
I suffer the consequences alongside with them. As unfair as I would deem it to be, it is what it is. So this commenter, I agree with him that they should face, I wouldn't say a 5-year ban for the
postseason,
students, so to speak, but they definitely should be disqualified for the postseason. They should be disqualified from the postseason. The school should get their whatever 5-year postseason ban. Yeah, matter of fact, I agree with the 5-year postseason ban.
How about the massive scholarship reductions?
The scholarship, yes. And the reason why I say yes is because students can transfer out of there. They don't have to go there.
True.
Penalize the college. You see what I'm saying? The kids have a way out after this year. So
True.
I can't be mad at that. So yeah, the comments, this person who left that comment, he hit the nail on the head. I'd give it to him. He hit the nail on the head with that one. So I can agree with pretty much what he was saying as far as their scandal, the Spygate scandal, as I would call it.
Now let's move on to Coach Prime,
Okay.
because to me, I would like to know: do you think Coach Prime is a great father from what you see, or no?
Yeah, I think he's a great father. I
All right.
mean, the only thing I'll say, he's a little overprotective, so to speak, because it's like you got to let your boys go out and do what they got to do. Because when they go to the next level, will you be there? Unless you go teach in the NFL pros, you're not going to be there to shield them or coddle them. So I would like if he let them, let them spread their wings a bit. But as far as a father, great father,
All right.
great father.
So now does that extend to the players on the field or just his boys? And
Well, for him, he looks at all the players on the field as like I wouldn't say his sons, but as a huge responsibility because he's looking at them as like he's their mentor. And the reason why he want college football and to teach the youth is because he actually care about helping them become grown men. Like that's his passion. In his eyes, he's like, yo, this was God's calling for me to do this. That's why he said, yo, I have no interest on going to the next level and coaching in the NFL. I really feel like reaching out to these kids and helping them become men is what I was called for from God. So I believe he treat the other kids maybe not as on point with his kids, because at the end of the day that's his kids, but I know not I wouldn't say I know for a fact, but pretty much from the way he speaks, he treats them like they're his own.
like
That's
they
what he
family.
says. Yeah, like it's family, so that's what he says.
So why are people celebrating the failures of Coach and the
Mhm.
Colorado Wolverines? Why are they celebrating it? I mean, sorry, Colorado
Yeah.
Buffaloes. Why are they celebrating it?
I think the reason why they're doing so is because all the hype that surround when he, started coaching Colorado, all the celebrities going to the games.
How about Shador
Shador,
with the bling?
yeah, with the blank. I mean, I don't think it adds to it because that's his son. But I think the real thing that people are hating on is all
Mhm.
the attention that they're getting. And it's like, dude, they're not even one of the best teams in college football. But it's like, dude, if kids coming up are seeing this now, where do you think they're gonna want to go? And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of coaches that feel like he didn't pay his dues, as they would say, like they did in the trenches to get to these coaching spots or whatever. Because let's face it, man, it's like a good old boys league, good
Of
old boys
course.
club, as I should say. But I think that's where the hate come from. And plus, I don't want to bring race into it, but he is a brother, and with all the accolades and jubilation of people getting into it, celebrities, I think that's where the hate is coming from. But on the flip side, it's like, why would you hate on this man? Because if he's bringing more people into watching college
Mhm.
football, because let's face it, I didn't even really watch college football, but I started watching it this year because
Yes.
Coach Prime. So if that's
Facts.
going to bring college football more revenue, why are you hating? If anything, you should support the brother. Like golf. Why do you think other golfers were so happy when Tiger was in the tournaments? Because they know it was going to bring more revenue.
Yes.
So I
Fact.
don't I understand why the hate is there, but it's like, dude, why are you hating? Because at the end of the day, we're all gonna eat off of this. I could see your passion where you want to beat him, but to hate him and laugh at when he lose and ha ha ha, we're about wins, not clicks and all that. Like, come on, that's uncalled for. He doesn't control the people that come to the game. They come because they want to support him. They want to be entertained, and he's providing that for them.
But you know what? You know when you're into something and
Mhm.
nobody's really supporting it, but you've been there from day one,
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden something happened that's very trendy. Now everybody's trying to act like they love it too. That could
yeah.
be annoying. Like that could be like, oh, now y'all trying to ride like y'all
Oh,
day
yeah.
one.
It could be, but weren't those same people trying to capitalize on it? Like when I forgot what team they played, and he was like, "We're about wins, not clicks." Do you know
Okay.
how animated that coach was in that video? Why
Yeah,
were you animated? Because on social media, you know it was gonna get the clicks and likes, which was gonna bring more attention to your program.
of
And
course.
it'll make students want to go to that program like, yo, look how animated that coach is, yada yada. So yes, you're hating, but at the same time, you want to capitalize off of it. Like, you know
You
what I
have
mean? Like,
to.
but I do understand that is a great point that you brought up that you could be mad, but it's him bringing awareness is not hurting your program as far as revenue. If
It's helping.
anything, it's gonna bring more money to it. Because
Facts.
if I'm because I used to rap, if I'm rapping and I see rap go up because my white counterpart is doing it and it's blowing up and it's making us all eat, yeah, I may be like, well, dag, I've been doing this for years. But at the end of the day, if I see I'm starting to eat because of this and now I get a feature and I'm getting more recognition, oh, nah. I'm like, yo, thanks, brother. Like, you was the best thing since sliced bread to help me move to the next level because you bringing attention to, you know, um, my talent or what I'm into, so to speak, the
But
genre
that's
that I'm
your heart's
rocking with.
different. Like with
Huh?
Eminem, when Eminem was like really doing his thing, some people didn't have that heart. They had that hater
Yeah.
heart where it's
Oh,
like, yeah,
yeah.
he's bringing money, but I don't like that he's taking shine from me. And it's like, I
I
don't
get
want
it.
you eating neither. And it's like, really?
Yeah, exactly,
That's
exactly. If
tough.
anything, I'm like, dude, could we feature? Like, what's up?
You
Like,
feel me?
yeah, yeah. But don't get me wrong, I understand the hate. I understand it, but I just look at it as in the college realm, the more attention that's brought to the sport, the more the whole college program eat
And yes.
as a whole. Whereas hip hop, I mean, that was a bad analogy because hip hop is individualism, but the NCAA as a whole, the revenue is divided. You feel me? So it's like, yo, you got to take the good with the bad. No matter how much you want to hate on it, it's still bringing you money.
Facts.
So that's
Now,
where I'm at with it, brother.
you taking
But
us to the next one?
yeah, all right. So we all know we've been dropping some shorts and couple of shorts that you dropped because of comments that LeBron James had said. Now, for those who are first time viewers and everything, me and Jude had back and forths about Jordan versus LeBron going back and forth. I mean, like, plenty of videos or whatever about LeBron James
Mhm.
versus Michael Jordan, who's the GOAT. But since LeBron James came out with in a conversation that he had where he was like pretty much even if he didn't go to Miami, he still would have been the monster that he is in basketball, maybe less rings. It made you look at things from a different aspect. Now, me, I always believed that MJ was the GOAT. Why did I always believe that MJ was a GOAT? Because he got that dog in him. Um, Ever since he got an all-star, when Pippen became all-star form, he only lost one playoff game. Just one. In that same stint, this man never lost more than 2 games in a row. 2 was the max. After that, you ain't beating them 3 times in a row. And from the defensive player of the year, the 6 and 6, not going to game 7 in the finals. It's just the list goes on and on for what Jordan has done. So that's why I got him as the GOAT. And I know you was a Jordan fan, and then you started looking at LeBron's resume, and you're like, yo, I think LeBron, is pretty much the GOAT or whatever. So with the last couple of shorts that you dropped where you're like, yo, I don't know if he's the GOAT anymore. Like, what made you drop those shorts? What made you come to this conclusion? Do you still feel he's the GOAT? Like, where do you rest at right now since seeing those shorts and everything like that?
One, I felt maybe my feelings was involved. I felt hurt because I felt like I
Okay.
was representing him. So what
Mhm.
he said was, yeah, it wasn't out of my mouth. It wasn't representing me, but I felt some type of shame in what he was
Okay.
saying. I'm like, dad, you didn't give them no love with everything they did. Like Miami really helped you. So
Yeah.
I was hurt there. But the reason I always thought he was the GOAT was just because it's like this. If you went to college and
Mhm.
you came out, you made $6 billion. Like you went to college, you got your training, and then
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
into your profession, you made $6 billion. And then, I didn't go to college. I went straight out of high school. I ended up making $4 billion. I feel like someone who didn't have that training
Mhm.
to still make $4 billion, even though you made way more than them, but to still make to get 4 championships, to make that, I feel like that is a GOAT. That's a GOAT that can just enter without that training and just say, I'm about to do it. I'm about to show
So,
you what Nike's talking about.
self-teaching pretty much.
Yeah, even though he did learn, he did
Yeah.
learn from Miami. Like, no matter what
Mhm.
anybody's saying, he learned from Miami. So I get what he's saying, that he believed he would have been a certain way, not with all those haters. I felt like because of all those haters who just didn't like him,
Mhm.
I felt like they was going to try everything they could to make sure he failed, even the ones on his team. So
Got
for me, it's like that's a GOAT. Like, for them to be hating on you like that to try to keep you down, that was a
Mhm.
GOAT. Now I don't see that he's a GOAT because he had everything orchestrated. I still believe that's the best play I've ever seen. I feel like Michael Jordan had my mouth, like, just he dropped my jaw. It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this guy, like, the finesse. I don't know. MJ's game, even with, the defensive players, they were trash to me. But MJ's game just made it look beautiful. The way he would stay in the air for like 30 seconds
Yeah.
and he would just be doing everything. And I'm like, this is beautiful. But LeBron does everything. He's like the entire team. He's the coach. He's like, even Mike Brown was saying, like, yo, I just let him just talk and just say what he's doing. Like, he was
Mhm.
everything. So for me, I feel like he's the best player. And somebody said the best player is the GOAT. I don't agree. I feel the GOAT has that dog, you say, that the GOAT, no, nobody's better than me, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to take the last shot. Yeah, sometimes I pass it to Steve Kerr, but that's, I
Mhm.
already understand what y'all doing, and I'm going to tell them, stay open for this pass. So that's why I see MJ as the GOAT now, and I didn't see MJ as the GOAT. I used to, believe it or not, I used to see Kobe before him, but then it's like, you know what? I started really paying attention. I'm like, nah, Kobe was trying to be MJ. You can't be the GOAT like that.
Yeah.
LeBron was trying to be better. So I'm like, Kobe had to step aside, but MJ, man, I like, when I stepped back and I really paid attention, MJ to me, like, no offense to you, LeBron riders, like, I dig it. I was there. Like, we used to battle. Like, we
Yeah,
used
yeah,
to
and
right here.
I'm not even gonna front, like, the points that you made as far as, like, LeBron being the GOAT was some points that I was like, "Dang, I can't even argue this, man." Like, it was some tough points that where I started questioning it myself, like, "Dang, yo, I think June is convincing me here," so I can't
So you
front
can
on
see I'm
that.
not hating.
Yeah, yeah. Let
It's
me
just
let
that's
me ask you
uh-huh.
this, um, is the love that you have for D Wade's game also attribute to that, where you feel like he disrespected D Wade on that sense of saying that about Miami?
Believe it or not, it maybe initially it did, but
Okay.
over the times, it wasn't even D Wade the shot he took at, like, Big Brother was trying to help him out. I
Yeah.
stopped seeing that. It was just more so like, "Dang, LeBron, why do you say some of the things you say? Like, why don't you just keep that to yourself? Like, if you feel that way, don't say that, because now you're gonna really further divide people." Like, but it's like, you know what? That's his business. He's been doing it that way. But
Let me
that's a
ask you
good
this
question
though.
with the D Wade. The good
Let me
question.
ask you this though.
Yeah.
Shouldn't the job of an athlete is to have that cockiness and arrogance or whatever, where it's like, yo, I still would have been that same player if I ain't go to Miami. Like, don't you need that kind of arrogance to make you the man that you need to be as far as like for your greatness, so to speak?
Yeah, that's true.
Because think about it. If that was MJ that they asked that, like, yo, do you think you would have made it, with Scottie Pippen? Sure.
He wouldn't have said
For
that.
appearances. No, no, I know he didn't say that,
No, he
but
wouldn't.
you yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
He
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 wouldn't say
he
that.
always say, "I would
He
not
always
have
did
won
say.
it without Pippen."
That's
Like, he
true.
was giving
That's true.
Pippen that work, and it's like, I mean, that respect, and it's like most
That's
people say,
true.
"Nah, he would have won it without Pippen."
That's true. I mean, behind closed doors, he was like, "Yo, I hope y'all bring A game tonight." So,
Of course. Yes.
but in the public eye, he definitely didn't disrespect his players. Alright, I got you. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yes.
Alright.
Look, I
Yeah.
wanna stay on Wade real quick, and
Okay.
I would love for you to comment, because there was a commenter that said something, and then I rewatched the video, and I'm like, I don't think that commenter was really referring to what I said, but I want to get your opinion on this.
Okay.
This is the comment. Kids know who they're attracted to around puberty and often before puberty. So in my case, even though I knew around age 8 to 10, I still had to hide my true identity every day for 18 years. Now, if kids know their orientation at such a young age, it's not a stretch to trust them to know their true identity. Also, if you choose to amplify voices that portray this issue as one day my kid came to me and I instantly told them they're trans, well, that's just bad faith and total misinformation. And if you continue to mislead your viewers and not be specific about the medication available to these kids, then it's clear you don't want an honest, open discussion. Tell me your thoughts.
Of course, I want to have an open and honest discussion, but at that age, that's not the time for me to talk about the birds and the bees, so to speak. See, I can educate my kids to tell them, yo, this is the birds and the bees, but I'm not going to sit there and emphasize on it because whether they're straight, gay, trans, or whatever they want to do, I'm going to tell them, don't focus on the birds and the bees. You have plenty of time for that later in life. What you need to focus on is your education. Once you have your education and you develop your mind, now you can make informed decisions going forward, whether it's your career, the person you want to marry, your relationships, whatever the case may be. Once you develop your mind and start becoming an adult, then you can make informed decisions on whatever it is that you're going to do. That's why there's an age limit for smoking. That's why there's an age limit for drinking. That's why there's an age limit when they say, hey, this is when you're considered an adult.
Nice.
That's why they have these things in place, not for an 8 to 10-year-old to do these things. And here's the thing. When it came to, if I'm in like being into girls and stuff like that, even though my parents told me about that stuff, they did not want me indulging because of the fact that they want me to focus on my education. So even if I did whatever or dated whoever, yes, I kept it secret, whatever, but that's just dating. That's just the person I'm seeing. I didn't say, you know what? I want to start a family at the age of 9 or 10 years old. I didn't say that. No. Yes, I test the waters to see, okay, is this what I like? Does this make me happy? Does this tickle my fancy? I did those things, but I did not make a dramatic life-changing decision as to say, I'm going to impregnate a woman and start a family at, while I'm in high school or in middle school. Those are decisions you make when you're an adult. So, yes, I want the open communication, but at the same time, under my roof, and I'm responsible for whatever happened to you, or else I'm going to land in jail. If you cut school, truancy, I can go to jail. No, I'm responsible for you till you're 18. So
Nice.
once you become an adult, then you can make whatever informed decision that you want. But I will not allow my child to make a life-changing decision while they're still a child. And I stand firm by that. This has nothing to do with, oh, just because they're trans, this, that, and the third. No, I won't even want them dating straight. I want you to focus on school.
Respect.
So that's where I stand on that.
Look, before we move on, and I respect that, I'll just say, with the medication also, medication, they don't really know the side effects. This is new things you would be trying on your child, and your child is now a guinea pig. So puberty blockers and things like that, like why would you want to expose that to your child? For me, I wouldn't do that. I'm a parent I pay attention and I love my child. I think a parent that does that, from my personal opinion, they don't really care about their child like that. They care about all of the things they see. Like, I'm not with it, but we have to move on. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, like button, and just, if please include yourselves in the conversation. We really do care what y'all say.
Let me just say this, 2 seconds.
Yes, sir.
Like how you said with the side effects, I was never a fan of the jab the flu shot, none of that stuff, because I don't know the side effects. So you're right on that aspect. If I don't know the side effects of that, why am I going to accept the side effects on my child for something of that magnitude?
Dangerous.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
we're nearing the end, so we're just gonna kind of wrap up the end season's tournament.
Got you.
I have quick questions for you. The Lakers are the only team with 3 wins, 0 losses. They beat the Suns, Grizzlies, and the Blazers, and they got one more game left versus Utah, and that's tomorrow night.
Okay.
Are you surprised that they went 3-0 so far?
No, I'm not. I'm not surprised with AD and LeBron. Look, they was close to making it to the the finals last year.
I forgot
So
that. True.
why would I not expect for them to be 3-0 in the play-in tournament? The only question that we have
Mhm.
is, can AD stay healthy? If AD can stay healthy, I look at them as, going to the Western Conference final, give or take. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they go. Now, I still say it's Denver's championship or whatever. That I firmly believe that, but would I be surprised if the Lakers went? Absolutely not. Because LeBron James, even though he's older, he's still balling. He just dropped 37 the other night. Like,
Yo, what?
yo, you see what I'm saying? So him and AD at their peak when they're balling, sky's the limit for them. So no, I'm not surprised at all.
All right. Now, Grizzlies, the Spurs, the Pistons, and the Wizards, they're out with the 3 losses. Do that
Yeah.
surprise you?
No, not really. And the Grizzlies would have been the only team I would have looked at as a possibility, but they don't have John Morant. So without John Morant, I don't look at them as a contender. Spurs, they're too young. Wemby isn't going to develop for like another year or two.
Okay.
So I'm not surprised at that. And pretty much I don't really see the other teams as a contender like that. So no, I'm not surprised.
Jordan Poole
Yeah.
couldn't tip.
You said Jordan Poole?
He couldn't tip the Wizards?
Nah. They don't, to me, they don't have enough talent on there.
I agree.
Yeah, they don't have enough talent to compete. So nah, I'm not surprised at all. If anything, the chips fell in place the way I see it.
Keep it real, I agree. I'm not really surprised by that. The Lakers, I'm a little surprised they didn't lose one game, but once you just said what you said, it's like, why was I surprised?
Yeah.
But let me ask you, these are the teams that need one more loss and they're out. Trailblazers, they're going to play the Suns. Mavs, they're going to play the Rockets. The Clippers are going to play the Pelicans. Thunder is going to play Timberwolves. Hornets going to play your Knicks. And the Bulls will play the Raptors. Who do you think will stay in out of those teams?
I could only pick one, right?
If you think multiple teams?
I'll pick one and you pick one. Me, I think the Mavs is gonna stick around. I think the Mavs is going to stick around in the play-in tournament because I am surprised at what Luka and Kyrie are doing.
They lost the other night, though.
I
think they lost the other night.
Yeah, they lost the other night, but as a whole, I think they only got like 2 or 3 losses.
They're spectacular.
They're one of the top teams in the West. So I'm surprised. So it looks like that full training camp actually was beneficial to them. So yeah.
I agree with you. I'd say Mavs. If not the Mavs, I would say Thunder, just because I don't believe in the Timberwolves. I know the Knicks are good enough to beat the Hornets. So I would agree with you. But our time just wound down. So you know what I'm saying?
We got 30 seconds left. I'll just say this, man, with the 30 seconds left. OKC surprised me. They're balling. OKC surprised the heck out of me. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to those guys. Look, that's going to do it pretty much for this show. I hope you, ladies and gentlemen, loved the conversation that we had. Let us know what your perspective is on what we talk about. Well, what your perspectives are on what we talked about. Michigan, Coach Prime,
MJ
LBJ.
LeBron.
Yes, let us know your take on what you thought. And for those whose comments that we addressed, please let us know in the comment section, what do you think about what we spoke about. And again, this isn't a platform where we're trying to disrespect anybody or anything like that. We're just giving you our responses because we want you guys who comment to feel involved and included in the conversation. So that is what we're going to do on our end to make sure we address your comments and you're involved in the conversation. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you heard my talk, you heard June talk, but don't call it locker room talk.
Hey, that's that
With that
locker room
being
talk
said,
right there.
catch us every Monday, 9 p.m. to 9:30. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to smash that like button, share it amongst your friends, and subscribe to the channel. We will catch you on the next episode. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. Peace.